Hello everyone, we're in round 10 of the battle tower. And I have a Tangela, who's been with me all the 9 rounds previous. And the reason I wanted to use Tangela is because it gets Tickle, it gets Leech Seed. Seemed like a good combination to beat things like Cursed Snorlax. So I wanted to try it. And I had some trouble coming up with a good team for it. I was thinking maybe like I want something that invites Earthquake, so maybe a Raikou, maybe a Metagross, maybe a Tentacruel. Tentacruel has good defensive coverage with the Tangela, but yeah, I couldn't really come up with a team that I was happy with. I mean, maybe a team that could have made it, but I decided I'll throw it on my my early round stomping team, which is Tauros, Latios, and normally it's Skarmory. And a couple of times, while grinding back up, I've lost the Cursed Snorlax because I get into a Curse War with my Skarmory and somehow they always crit their first attack and instantly kill Skarmory. But now I have Tickle, which lowers attack and defense. So if that were to happen, they would never actually get any stat boost, they would only be lowering their speed. Now I have not actually run into any Snorlax on the way here. Except for Annabelle's Silver fight, but I didn't actually get to use Tangela there because it's the Belly Drum set and Tickle does not deal with Belly Drum. And Tauros usually solos Annabelle's Silver fight anyway. This time it didn't because I got Fire Blast burned. But we still won with Latios anyway, so didn't really matter. But the next Annabelle fight has a guaranteed Cursed Snorlax. And I hope that we will be able to show off what Tangela can do. But it might be a little tough because it's Rest Snorlax, which usually Cursed Snorlax doesn't have Rest when it's on a random trainer. On the way here, like it's mostly, of course, Tauros and Latios doing their thing. Mostly Tauros. I think Tangela may have done more stuff than Latios, to be honest. But I had we are max defense or near max defense and some HP. Let's see. Do I just attack this? Don't want to talk so much that I end up losing. I think I just want to attack. I actually 1v1'd a Heracross with Tangela somehow. It was the bulk up Heracross. And we got into a setup war where it kept bulking up and I kept going for Tickle. So I got a lot of free turns while I already seeded it at the start. Metagross. Not a fan. Oh, we dodge. We can't Tickle, unfortunately. I need to hit this Leech Seed. And I don't. Ice Punch. Oh, we don't like Ice Punch. Especially when it crits. No, it doesn't even crit. It's just Tangela is so weak. Never mind. But actually this means Tauros might one-shot with Earthquake. Metagross. No, we don't. Not even close. Really unfortunate that we missed, because then we probably would have done enough damage. And now it's not gonna be enough, I think. We might survive a Meteor Mash, but I wouldn't be surprised if we don't. Okay, it missed. Well, at least we're both getting unlucky. Okay. Well, I was about to say it would be nice if it's something we can hit with Earthquake, but of course we should be fine. Giga Drain. That does mean that it's Explosion. And it could be Bright Powder. But if it explodes right now, we're fine. Toxic. Okay, it's Leftovers. And we've won. Metagross is definitely a problem. Okay, Latias. Just gonna go for a return, I think. We could get hit by a Thunder Wave, which would kind of destroy the Tauros, but yeah, otherwise the Latios just gets paralyzed, so it doesn't really change much. Oh, is that a crit? Oh. We did that much damage? I'm surprised. Well, I guess it was full offensive. Registeel. This is a good Leech Seed target. Does Registeel ever get substitute? And we take no damage. No Omni Boost, luckily. Actually, I should look up this set. Okay, we should be fine. Quick Claw. Doesn't matter. Yeah, you saw how much damage that Ice Punch did, which I thought was a crit, but no, we're just weak. But on the flip side, because we are fully defense invested, we take almost nothing from physical moves. Well, depending, like a Meteor Mash would have done a lot. And we can't lower the stats, I'm just wasting turns. Like Giga Drain is only 8 PP and is not going to deal any damage, so I don't want to use it. So another thing Tangela did was solo a legendary trainer. Started off with Regirock, so I switched into Tangela, went for Leech Seed, missed, got crit by Rock Slide. Decided, well, I should be Giga Draining because then I don't miss. Killed in 3 hits. Zapdos comes in. And I thought, well, I'm dead to Drill Peck or something. But it was Thunder, it missed while I went for Tickle. Then I just decided, well, it's gonna Thunder, I'll just set up Leech Seed, and I just kept setting up the substitutes and I stalled it out. We probably just get one shot. Yes. And the last Pokemon was Tyranitar. One thing I did for this... let's see, we always die. Let's just double edge. One thing I did, I calculated for this Tangela. Because we have substitute. I calculated how much leftovers, how much leftovers plus Leech Seed would heal from a Snorlax. At 18 IV, so starting in, what is it, round 6. And if it's 0 HP investment, we always heal back how much the substitute costs every turn from combined leftovers and Leech Seed on Snorlax. So we can just stall out any Snorlax as soon as we land a Leech Seed. Lantern probably can live a return, right? It's really, really high HP. Yeah, it also lives an Earthquake. Potentially. Oh, we just Earthquake. See what happens. Could have Ice Beam, so I can't switch into Tangela. And Tangela also doesn't have high special defense. Thunder Wave, that's unfortunate. Okay, at least we don't get paralyzed. Luke is back. This guy can only have one. Who has Thunder Wave, but we're already paralyzed, so it's a free switch. Maybe the Intimidate will be useful. Double team. We don't hit, but that's fine. It's probably gonna keep spamming Thunder Wave for a while. Okay, we got it off. Yeah, it really wants to outspeed us, but that's never gonna happen. It does have leftovers, so this is gonna take quite a while, but we can completely stall this. Tickle is also nice for weakening things that Tauros normally doesn't one-shot, like let's say Blissey. Blissey usually survives with a 15% or something, or maybe a bit less, a bit more. So if you get a Tickle off, now you can one-shot. But also, if you get a Leech Seed off, you can just stall out the Blissey. Which I did at some point. It was the Toxic Sing, soft-boiled double team maybe? It didn't have an attacking move. So I just tickled it until it died. Stalled out all the soft-boils. I didn't want to get toxic on another Pokemon. So it took a while, but there was no way to lose. And I think Tickle is a move that isn't used much, but it's really interesting. It's perfect counter to Curse. I mean, sometimes you see Charm, and Charm is of course really good. Because you do lower attack by 2 stages. But, I mean, if they're cursing up, sometimes it's still a problem because you don't deal any damage. Maybe they get a crit. I mean, of course they can still crit right now, but you can still deal damage to them with a Tauros. And Tangela is the only Pokemon that has Tickle and Leech Seed. There might be some Pokemon with Charm and Leech Seed, like Meganium, I don't know. Let me check. So that's also an option, if it is possible. Yeah, there's a couple. Breloom, Venusaur. Not completely sure if it's actually... Yeah, Breloom should always have it. Venusaur, yeah, should also have it. Pretty sure both of them. Definitely know Venusaur gets Leech Seed from level up, and I'm pretty sure Breloom does as well. And then Charm is probably from breeding. That's another Registeel down. Yeah, I've taken quite a few Steel types down, which usually are a bit of an issue for the team. Like I have to go to Skarmory, set up curses, unless I get to Earthquake them with Tauros. But if it's like early on, don't want to lose Tauros too early. So I set up 6 curses and I very slowly kill the Steel type with Aerial Ace. Electric. Let's just deal some damage. Crunch is gonna deal a lot to us. We have no special attack investment. Still probably a free shot. Not sure if we're gonna live through crunches. Probably not. We do heal a bit, but still go down here, I think. Yep. You're very squishy. Sometimes you want to put all your investment in your weak defensive stat, like with Skarmory, that's what I do. But here I put everything in defense. Make us really good at one thing. And with the stat spread I have, we always survive, just barely. 2 non-crit double edges from Adamant 252 Snorlax. Ah, go on. This is something where Tangela is also useful. I'm happy we get to show off Tangela a lot this round, because it was not always the case. Of course, the very early rounds you always just one-shot most Pokemon with Tauros. Especially since I switched to Adamant. Oh, it lived on 1. That's what no investment combined with grass moves being weak does. Maybe I should have tried to set up a substitute. I probably should have, yeah. That would have been smarter. Now that I know it's not Flamethrower. This is gonna have Ice Beam. I'll just try to deal some damage. We have some speed investment to outspeed base 70. This is gonna hurt. It's just a one shot. How much damage does Tauros do to a Vaporeon? I'm not sure which one. Like, does Vaporeon even need investment to one-shot Tangela? I want to say yes, but I'm not so sure. No, it doesn't. Either I'm gonna return twice, or we're going to have to dodge a crit. No, actually, I wanted to call mine, but if this is bulky Vaporeon, I think it's guaranteed to be bulky enough to live. Or at least potentially live. Who do I want to be at full HP? Tauros? Latios. Let's see, can Tauros die to a crit serve? Probably, yeah, definitely. Okay, Latios has a better chance of surviving a crit, I think. Yeah, we just have to double Thunderbolt, I think. Yeah, Calm Mind would not have been enough. Well, we would have died to the crit. Okay, we still have Intimidate. Salamence, okay. As long as it's not Bright Powder. That should be it. Number 5. I really hope we get to the Snorlax. Because that's basically the reason I made this Tangela set. To beat Snorlax. Okay, it's probably a fighting type coming out next, so let's just lock into Earthquake. If it's not a fighting type, it's another fire type probably. Machamp. To be expected. And Machamp just tanks Modest Psychic from fully infested Latios, because Machamp is a monster. And a Hariyama. Fake out? Yes. Okay. We should be fine. I mean, it could have maybe been Quick Claw, and if it got a crit and then crit everything else, I guess we're not fine, but that didn't happen. Almost there. Okay, always weather moves. This is Rain Dance. Didn't go for it. It's one down. Ludicolo. Gonna deal some good damage here. Could be stall, could be offensive. But we crit, so we will never know. And last electrode. Could have switched, but okay, it's double team bright powder. We don't miss. Very nice. Okay. Excuse me. On to the battle that matters. Hopefully I'll take out the Raikou and the Latios without too much trouble. Because Tangela is not that useful for those two. And by not that useful, I mean not useful at all. I usually don't bring Tauros and Latios here. But my plan is to just spam return. I hope that Raikou goes for a Calm Mind. If we get Thunderbolt crit or paralyzed, that's really bad. It is Thunderbolt. That's a little unfortunate. Okay, no crit, no para. Now we're gonna need to not get the bright powder. Okay, we're probably fine now. But yeah, if Raikou didn't go for the Thunderbolt, I'm pretty sure we would have lived. At least one attack. Okay, no bright powder. Latios is gone. Now we're gonna switch into Tangela. Oh wait. Yeah, it's correct. Now I just need to hit a Leech Seed. Which we do. And now I'm going to set up a substitute. And Snorlax should not be able to kill me. And since it's not a Quick Claw, it can never kill us. Because we always set up a substitute. And here you see we're back to full HP. I'm just gonna go for Tickle, but I'm not sure if that's the optimal move. Maybe I shouldn't have gone for the Tickle. Because if the AI sees that it can kill you, it doesn't go for a recovery move. Okay. At least I'm pretty sure that is correct. So I think I can avoid having it go for rest if it just sees a kill. Maybe it sees a kill right now. Let's see. Maybe it rests. It did rest. Okay. It has a berry. Maybe it will go for another curse. It does go for another curse, and I think now it should always see a kill. But if it does decide to rest, I'm gonna start tickling. It does rest again. Interesting. Tangela. Snorlax. Does it need more boosts? 4. Now it should always see a kill at this point. In that case, we're just gonna start tickling. If Snorlax doesn't want to cooperate, then we just tickle. And we have way more tickles than Snorlax has curses. I didn't really count, but I think that was 6. And it has 10 total. Okay, it's going for rest. I might even switch to Latios at some point if it's at -6. Just deal some damage. Of course, Latios will probably die to crit, because it does have Shadow Ball and also Return is really strong. But if that happens, we still have Tangela, and Tangela just cannot die after the Leech Seed. Another rest. You can also start switching between Latios, and Latios is still full HP, so I don't really need to. I would be saving PP. Let's do it just in case. Goes for another curse. And we're back to full. Goes for another rest. We're gonna switch around again. This probably isn't necessary. I just haven't calculated how much PP I need with all the rest turns and that sort of stuff. And I didn't keep track of the curses. Another curse. Another rest. It's gonna run out eventually. I also didn't keep track of the rest. We'll get there eventually. This is so free. I'm not really paying too much attention. But this does show off the power of Leech Seed combined with an attack lowering move. And in this case also combined with a low HP stat. At least lowish. We have base 65 and we have 108 HP EVs. Now, would I recommend using a Tangela? Probably not. But it's a silly little guy. And it was actually surprisingly good climbing up here. Probably could just start psychicking at some point. And just kill it. Okay, it's out of curses. You see that kind of damage? It's nothing. Even with a crit, it will not kill us. It's probably gonna go for rest again. And if not, we're gonna see how much damage it does. No. I would run out of curse way faster than out of rest. Yeah, we could have killed this a while ago, but I think, well, one, I didn't do the calcs, and two, we got to see just how powerful the Tangela is in the right situations. There we go, Tangela got gold. Of course, heavily carried by Tauros and Latios. But it's not like Tangela was a useless Pokemon on the team. Bold Nature, 361 defense, which almost double Latios' defense. And still like more HP than Tauros, barely less than Latios, so it's got some bulk. Of course, special defense is terrible, less than half of Latios. Although Latios does have decent, quite good special defense. So yeah, we die to pretty much any special move. Well, we die to super effective special move, and we take really, really high damage from any neutral move. But from physical moves, we take those. And we start tickling. Makes the foe laugh. I just think that's a really, really funny concept. Like the image in my head is very funny. But yeah, we got the gold. I figured it wouldn't be that interesting, so I only recorded the last round. And it turned out to be a round where Tangela actually got to do some things. So that was nice. But yeah, I think there's something here that's worth considering. Like the Leech Seed substitute strategy. If you have a low HP Pokemon, you can just defeat any Pokemon as long as you're faster. If you heal enough. They can never kill you. Unless you run out of PP. But Leech Seed deals 1/8 damage, so maybe with rounding it's 9 turns. Of course they could have healing. Then it's gonna be a bit more difficult. Tickle. An interesting move that doesn't see that much use. The evolutions get it. So I think a Pokemon like Umbreon, Vaporeon, they can definitely make use of this. And not just to lower attack, because they also get Charm, which is of course better for lowering attack. But lowering defense, that's actually really good. Combined with a strong physical attacker that maybe just doesn't quite get the kill on everything you would like. Like Tickle is really good in that situation. And then we have Giga Drain because we need some damage. And yeah, you saw the golem. Well, the golem actually managed to live on 1 HP. I didn't look into that damage roll. But yeah, you can switch into earthquakes very easily. And deal a lot of damage to the ground rock types. Just ground types. You can do something. You can chip water types who will almost always have ice beam, so they will destroy you otherwise. But if they switch into you, at least you do some nice chip. And then you can finish it off with your preferred Pokemon, or you just tickle them. And then your physical attacker can kill whatever came out. So yeah, I think Tangela performed far beyond my expectations. I thought it would just be like a sacrifice. Like I lead Tauros, I lock into a move, oh I need to switch moves. I just switch into Tangela, Tangela dies and I kill the next Pokemon with Tauros. But no, Tangela actually did quite a few things. Most impressively soloing a legendary trainer. But that was lucky. But hey, we did kill like 2 Registeels in this round, so that's also something. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing this silly little Pokemon do something. And maybe you can use what you saw here with a better Pokemon. Like a Venusaur, like a Meganium. Or maybe a different low health Leech Seed Pokemon. Or maybe you could combine the Leech Seed with, I don't know, a Dusclops. Who doesn't have much HP but has very high defenses. Although the Dusclops is of course slower. But if you're slower and you get to set up 1 substitute, that means that on every turn after you can set up another substitute. Guaranteed, and you don't have to worry about Quick Claw unless Curse Quick Claw and they actually become slower than you. But I think I've talked enough about how the team works, and you'll probably you get it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I wasn't planning on recording more, but I like this Tangela set so much. I wanted to do some more battles, and here we are, a Snorlax on a random trainer. So let's see, how does this go? Oh, we've won. Let's see, do I want a Tickle or do I want a substitute? Let's just go for the Tickle. Rock Slide. Is that your best move? And we're back at full HP. Which set has Curse Rock Slide and not a normal type move apparently? Yeah, now it's stuck cursing. Snorlax with Rock Slide. There's only one. It's Earthquake Rock Slide. What a terrible set for this matchup. Poor guy. Oh, this actually is, I think, the only rest curse set that's not Annabelle. Yeah. This is gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna wait for it to go back to sleep. And then we're gonna switch and destroy. Okay, I could 1v1 this without needing anyone else, but that's gonna take a while. Oh no, Snorlax, that's not it. That's not it. Let's go for the big hit. And Snorlax is gone. Alright, I think that's it for now. Maybe if I run into another interesting battle, we'll go again. I'll record some more. Or maybe this is probably a battle girl. Don't think Tangela will see much use here. Loom. Alright, I'll be back later maybe. I just wanted to pop in for a second. We just tanked an explosion from Fortress. Not the strongest Pokemon, but still, it wasn't intimidated or anything. Just full HP. And we lived on 41 HP. So yeah, I'll be back later maybe. We only got 79 wins unfortunately. We got Bright Powder Latios into fully paralyzed. Well, Latias it was, then came Latios, then came Alakazam who focus banded and had only Tangela left. And Tangela does not do that well into Fire Punch. So unfortunately didn't get too far. But maybe I'll find another home for this Tangela at some point. I really like the set, so I'd like to put her on a team designed to actually use her, rather than just this strong team who still benefited from having Tangela. But it's not really made for Tangela to be on. But yeah, that's the end for now. But maybe she'll be back sometime.